Okay, hello again, everyone. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to another live stream. So I'm Lar from Complete Test Success. Today we're looking at IELTS Speaking, and in particular, I'm going to focus on part 2. So the idea is I'll share a link with you. You'll come and join me here. I will show you a part 2 cue card. So obviously some of you will get involved, some of you will just watch. But the idea is we'll get a handful of people in here, give them a cue card, give them a minute to make their notes, and then they will speak for 2 minutes. And then, of course, the important part is I'll have feedback for that person. I'll be able to explain what things they're doing well, but more importantly, what mistakes they're making. So the mistakes they're making will indicate what they need to do to improve their scores. And of course, if you're not participating, you'll still get a better idea of how the test works and what the examiner is looking for. I've just moved back to Ireland 2 weeks ago, and my student Indinil, you might remember him, but he got me this microphone as a thank you present for helping him pass the test. And the microphone is great, but I don't know what the sound quality is like for you guys there. So can you hear me clearly at the moment? Is there any issue with the sound quality? Can you just let me know in the comments there if the sound is okay, please? No? Can anyone give me a slight indication? Maybe there's an issue with the software. But just let me know quickly in the comments. Is the sound quality okay? Hey, Sadaf, welcome back. Thank you. Thanks very much. Hey, Bincy. Doing very well. Doing very well indeed. Back in the countryside in Ireland. It's very nice. I'm enjoying the change of temperature. It's nice and cool here. Janatul, sound is okay? Excellent. Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you very much. Okay, so I can see some familiar faces here, but just in case any of you guys are new, or you might be watching the recording, let me share a link with you guys. So if you're not familiar with how the IELTS speaking test works, what to do in each part of the test, how the scores are calculated, how to improve your scores, all of that kind of stuff, I'll share some links with you here. So you'll find these in the comments. It's marked as Complete IELTS Speaking Guide. There's one link for Facebook, one link for YouTube, but it's the same stuff essentially. Shady Bear, hello to you. Adams, doing good, thank you. Good to see you here again. Yeah, honestly, we've been planning moving back to Ireland for a few years, and it took a lot of organization, but now we're starting to think we should have done it a long time ago. There's big grassy area for my daughter to run around, so she's absolutely loving it here. Hey Joel, Muzam, good to see you here again. You missed my class. Good to hear. I'm back now anyway. Honored to be here. Thank you, Joel. Hi, Sakib. I'm doing good. Thank you. Okay, great. Thanks for all the well wishes. Right, so let's get down to this. I need to share a link with you guys to come and join me here. So I'll just put down link to join me live. Link to join me live. Right. So if anybody wants to come in and have their speaking assessed, click on this link. You'll find it in the comments. So just go to the comments, find this link to join me live, click on that, and then I'll bring you in here, show you a cue card, give you time to make notes and give you feedback. Sadaf, natural meadows and picturesque scenery in Dublin. I flew into Dublin, but I'm from further down south, so even more countryside. Lots of green around. Okay, so that's it. Basically, just waiting for someone to join. I have some other resources I can share with you in a moment. But if you have any questions or if you're having any issues, just let me know while we're waiting for someone to join, and I can hopefully point you in the right direction. Vinci, it's very difficult for me to write IELTS essays. I mean, it's difficult for everyone at the start. I know you've been studying IELTS for a while, but really what you need to figure out, like this information, there's nothing you can really do with that. You know, I see the little, I don't know, well, it's hardly a smiley face, but the emoji with the guy crying. So you're obviously upset about it. But the thing is, it's difficult isn't anything that you can use to improve. What you need is why is it difficult? So is it because you can't think of your ideas? Is it because you can't structure the essay properly? Is it because you don't have the vocab? Like what's making it difficult for you? That's what you need to figure out. Once you understand why it's difficult for you, you can take action. But if the information you have is just it's difficult, then your hands are tied until you figure that out. Okay, we have our first student in here, Sakib. Let's get you in. Let's get it started.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Sakib. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Excellent. Where are you from, Sakib?
I am from Pakistan.
Lovely. And have you booked your test? Have you booked your test yet?
Uh, no, I am not booked my test. Tomorrow I will book my test on 7th July.
You're going to do it in July, 7th of July. So,
Yeah.
yeah, still for about maybe 5-6 weeks left. You can make
Yes.
you can make a lot of improvement. I mean, if you study hard, you can make a lot of improvement in that much time. Okay, so you're
Yes.
going for 7th of July. Okay, great. So, do you have pen and
Yes.
paper do you have a pen and paper for making notes at the moment?
Yes. I have a pencil
Lovely
and
job.
paper.
Perfect. So actually I need to get my stopwatch ready here. But the way it works is you'll have 1 minute to make notes about what you're going to say, and then you need to speak for 2 minutes. Do you have any questions for me before you start, Sakib?
Uh, yes, sir. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I was writing task 2,
Mm-hmm.
I have a difficulties. No idea in my mind when I writing task 2.
Do you plan your essay
How
before
can
you
I
write?
create an idea?
Do you plan your essay
How
before you
can I?
write it?
Yes.
You do
Yes.
you plan
In essay
first?
writing, I have a yes.
Can you hear me okay, Sakib?
Yes, I hear.
Okay, but
I hear.
what I'm saying is you should plan your essay first, so you don't need to think of ideas while you're writing your essay. Always plan first. That's really important.
Okay.
And if you find that difficult, just do lots of planning. Plan. So when you're studying, don't practice writing essays. If your issue is with idea generation, practice planning. So plan an essay, move to the next question. Plan your essay, move to the next question, and just do it again and again and again until you get better. And then remember, the
Okay.
main things is you need to make sure your ideas are relevant. So they're about the question and they're specific. Just always check your plan for those ideas. Okay, so back to speaking part 2. I'm going to share the question with you here on the screen. Okay. I'd like you to describe a friend that you often talk to.
Who is this? I have a friend. which I talk. Hello,
Okay,
can
you
you
want to
hear me?
start? Okay, you can start speaking now.
I have a friend. I talk with my. I have a friend which I oftenly talk. Which name is uh, Marwa. I I talk with them daily. It due to my he he became me a friend. He become me a friend. Him in arts class, and I, whenever I go to arts class daily,
Okay, so it seems to be an internet connection. But straight away, what I would say there, based on Sakib's speaking, the issues are going to be, for now, the most serious issues to work on are fluency, because how long it takes to communicate the idea, knowing what to say, how long it takes for the ideas to come out. And to improve fluency, that will have to be practice speaking English as often as you can. Another thing that can help is if you don't have an opportunity to speak in English, but you might want to just think in English. So if you're at work, or if you're studying or whatever you're doing, try to think in English, because one of the big issues is, if you have to translate into your own language and then translate back into English, that really affects your fluency. That, because fluency is all about how long it takes for the ideas to come out of your mouth, to communicate those ideas. And if you have to translate into one language and then back into another language, that really adds to the process. So thinking in English, practice speaking in English, and don't limit yourself to speaking with other people, because a lot of students feel like, I can't improve my fluency, I have nobody to speak to. But you don't need to speak to someone. You just need to speak. That's the important thing. So if you're speaking in English and nobody's listening, that's still improving your fluency. So don't limit yourself to the scenario where you're only practicing English when someone is listening. You should be doing it more than that. The other thing then, so Sakib started speaking after maybe about 20 seconds, but take that 1 minute to prepare. Because what will happen is, normally, based on the notes, based on the cue card, you'll be able to speak for 1.5 minutes. Generally, the first minute or minute and a half is quite easy, but it's the last 30 seconds or so that it becomes, you just get to the point where you've said everything that you can say, everything that you can think of saying, and then you have nothing left to say. So take full advantage of your 1 minute to prepare. Try to make notes about what you will say once you're finished saying, like discussing what's on the cue card. So what's on the cue card generally, like you'll discuss these ideas, and that's enough for about a minute. But then after that, you have nothing left to say. So I always encourage my students to try and make notes of what they will say when they finish discussing the prompts on the cue card. Okay, so those would be, I know he was only speaking for a few seconds and he got cut off, but those are definitely important things for Sakib and, probably a lot of you watching here today. Mi Ann, hello to you again. Welcome back. Hi, Nana. I'm here to thank you. A few weeks ago, I went through your YouTube and did 4 live classes. I didn't expect to do well, but I got 6.5. Yes, excellent. Well done, Nana. You're off to Australia, if I remember correctly. If I'm remembering the right person, I think you needed something much lower than that to go to Australia, but I could be wrong. Well done. That's great, Nana. Well done to you. Vinci, your exam is in July. Yeah, I mean, that's coming up. But again, just make sure you understand. So Vinci was saying that writing essays is difficult. So again, just make sure that you address and find out what you're doing wrong. If you can't do that yourself, I have an essay correction service. If you need to discover what it is that you're doing wrong, but you're going to have to find out what you're doing wrong, either, if you can do that yourself, or get me to help you, or get another IELTS expert to help you, and then address those issues. Long time no C. Good. It's been a while. Did well, but I failed terribly in reading. I got 4. That's a shame. So does that mean you need to do the test again then, eh? Felix, doing the test on the 7th of July. Yep, so you got plenty of time as well. Just make sure that you work hard and you can make a lot of improvement. A lot of mistake he done. So is that Sakib? Yeah, I wouldn't say a lot of mistakes. It's not necessarily about the number of mistakes either. It's about the severity of the mistakes as well. Genital, he needs to work on fluency, basic grammar rules. I didn't notice any grammar, to be honest. Can I join you in speaking test? Yeah, Muhammad, you want to join me? You just click on that link that I shared earlier on. So this one says link to join me live. So yourself, Muhammad, or anyone else, click on that link and you can come join me here and we'll do a practice part 2 together. Mirwais, hi sir, could you recommend us a daily timetable for improving speaking for IELTS? So there wouldn't be one timetable for everyone, right? And this is where a lot of students get confused. It's very, very common and it's understandable, but students just say, I want to improve my speaking. And it's like, well, what exactly are you trying to improve? And you cannot improve. There is nothing there is no one task you can do to improve speaking, because you either work on improving your fluency, work on your vocab, work on your grammar, or work on your pronunciation. So you have to decide which of those 4 things are you studying. So don't sit down and say, I'm studying speaking. You need to sit down and say, I'm studying grammar. I'm studying whatever, one of those 4. And then obviously the thing that you need to focus on is the one that's lowest, the weakest of those 4. So again, on my IELTS speaking course, what I'll do is first show the students how to, best approach the speaking test. Then I'll analyze their speaking and I'll give them scores for fluency, vocab, grammar, pronunciation. So then we understand where their problems lie. And after that, they'll go and they'll focus on that. I have some resources to help them with that. But it's about knowing what is your weakest area and focus on improving that. So don't just think, today I'm studying speaking. It's today I'm studying fluency. Today I'm studying grammar, or whatever it would be. So that would be my advice for you there, Mirwais. Jervin, hey there. Hello, Jervin. Good to see you here again. Bincy, your message is coming up blank. I'm not sure why that is. How many minutes should we practice every day? I mean, how much time do you have? Don't go home from work and watch TV. Don't go, don't go out to a cafe, hanging out with your friends. If you have an IELTS test coming up, it needs 100% of your attention. And if you can study 10 hours every day, do that. If you can only study 2 hours every day, do that. But, I would never say to a student, you're studying too much. That doesn't happen. It will always be, if you can do more, do more, within the limitations of, take care of yourself, make sure you're eating okay, make sure you're doing enough exercise so that you're healthy, make sure that you're getting enough sleep, because I want you to study, I want you to get as much as you can out of your study time. But in general, my advice is remove any of your hobbies while you're studying for IELTS and dedicate yourself completely. How can you improve your confidence? You can be more confident by knowing you're capable of getting the score that you need. So if you need a band 7 and you are capable of getting a band 6, you're going to be you're going to be lacking in confidence. But if you are aiming for a band 7 and you've worked to improve your fluency, vocab, grammar, pronunciation, and you're capable of a 7, that will improve your confidence. But I think naturally some people are more confident than others. So, you will get some people to be quite nervous in the test, and others who genuinely look like they don't care that they're in a test. It just depends on the person. I personally get very nervous in situations like that. So like I understand the experience, but beyond saying don't be nervous, and that doesn't work. I don't really have any useful advice beyond make sure you're 100% ready for the test. Okay, so at the moment I have Mohammed Usman with me here. Mohammed, if you want to turn on your camera, we can get started. Okay, Mohammed, let's get you in here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Nice
I'm
to meet
Mr.
you. Nice to meet you finally. How are you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely doing great.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's finally I have him.
I've seen your name on Facebook many times. Tell me, Mohammed, what score are you aiming for in the test?
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
I think there's some connectivity issue I'm facing.
Is it on my end, I wonder?
Just let me check.
No problem. So I'll just go through another few comments here and I'll pull you back in a second. So what were we looking at there? Arnold, very welcome. I can speak English a little bit, but I don't speak face to face. Well, if you can't speak in English, obviously that's going to be something you need to work on. But again, like I was saying to Mirwais earlier on, is your problem with fluency, vocab, grammar, or pronunciation? It's going to be one of those things, because like if you're trying to have a conversation with someone and you don't have the vocabulary to actually have that conversation, of course you're not going to be very confident. So just try to think of it in that terms, as what area is your problem, what area are you having problems with, and address that. Okay. Sir, I'm a nurse, so need to score above 6. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Bincy. If you need more one-on-one support, I have correction service, I have courses, so just let me know. You're very welcome. Okay, Mohammed is up and running by the looks of things, so let's get Mohammed back in here. How's that for you?
Yeah, it's perfectly fine, sir.
Excellent. I'm glad the problem was on your end, because I didn't know how to fix it if it was on my end. So
Yeah, actually, there was some connectivity issue, so I just got fixed it out. So now it's working fine. And thank you so much for having me. Actually, I'm following you quite a bit. So most of the time, while I was viewing your videos, I was in office. So right now, today I just took off from my office, so that's why I'm at my home. So
Brilliant.
I just saw a notification from your side, like you are coming online. So I have just joined here, and finally, it's been a good time here.
Well, I'm very familiar with your name anyway. I've seen your name all over Facebook, but first time speaking to you. Mohammed, what score do you need in speaking?
Well, actually, my target is like 7.0 because I'm really focusing on the CLB 10 that I had to achieve. So,
Okay.
but with 7.0, it will going to be fine for me.
That's for
But
Canada,
now
right?
after interacting some foreigners like you and some of the others, so now I'm a little bit confident. Like I have to score like 7.5, or maybe I have to touch like 8.0.
Stay
So
pushing.
that's why yeah.
Good. Have you booked your test yet?
Not yet, but I'm going to attempt like on the 25th of June by this month. So
Okay.
by the upcoming month. So actually, it's
So
31st. Yeah, today.
Okay, so we're looking at what, about 1, 2, 3, 4, just short of.
Yeah, just 25 days left. So
About 4 weeks or so. Yeah.
yeah, kind of.
Okay, so let me share this question with you. Do you have pen and paper for making notes?
Yeah, actually, I have one.
Excellent. Okay, so here's your question, Mohammed. I'd like you to describe a hotel you've stayed in. Okay, Mohammed, and you can start speaking now, please.
Okay. Well, I would like to talk about some a hotel that I have really uh, experienced a while ago. Back in the previous month, in the mid of April, I have visited Dubai because I was on a visit visa for 15 days, and the hotel that I booked is namely known as the Sheraton Hotel. Actually, it is in the downtown area of the Dubai state. So I have stayed there like 10 days for 10 days. So actually I was visiting Dubai with my family, with my brother and some of the other friends, but most of the time I have spent with my family. So we have stayed like 10 days over there, and it was a really a nice experience because it was like a three-star hotel, and every kind of facilities are available over there. There was some like a massive swimming pool over there. So it was really a nice experience because I haven't visited that kind of hotel or that kind of experience ever before. So was really a fantastic and a marvelous experience that I have. So more the like charges they have is like as similar like for the three-star hotel, but there is services and the amenities that they are providing are really exceptional because they took care of their customers, and whenever you enter in their main lobby you will experience like you are just entered in a like a palace, and it's going to be a good experience because whenever you got entered, you feel like you were entered in a
Thank
heaven.
you. Thank you, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Okay, so uh, first of all, you need to slow down. When you're speaking to me before the test, and then when you start speaking, like giving me your part to answer, you're speaking way faster when you're in the test, and it's more difficult to understand you.
Okay.
Um, so slow down. Speak the way you normally speak. You're much clearer when you speak normally. Okay, so that's the first one. You're just going so fast that it's difficult to follow you. And then when you're going so fast, it's even the smallest little mispronunciation becomes a bigger problem because I don't have time to keep up with you. You know, so it's much your any small pronunciation mistakes that you have become like a bigger issue because you're speaking so quickly. Um, why do you think you're speaking quickly?
Because most of the time, whenever I speak, I just got paced up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, I'm like observing by myself.
yeah,
So usually, like I'm not a native English speaker, so
sure.
most of the time we are just speaking in our mother language. So whenever we have this kind of experience, we have to speed up. Like it's a normal thing. Like you
Mm.
have to give your answer in such a way like the other person can understand you. And like now I'm talking to you, I'm just still I'm a little bit paced up. So
You're still a little bit faster now than before.
yeah.
You're going to
Yeah.
have to slow down. It's going to help. It's going to help you a lot. Some students get confused between fluency and speed. So they think, you know, to get a good fluency score, I have to speak quickly, but you don't. Fluency is not about speaking quickly. You can get like a band 9 and speak slowly, like I'm speaking now. So you're definitely going to have to slow down, and that will help your pronunciation. That will help your
Mhm.
pronunciation score. You've got a lovely range of vocab and you use it well. So that's good. I didn't really pay much attention to your grammar, but one thing you will also need to work on is like the organization of ideas. So when you're talking about the hotel, what you did was you just kind of said basically anything you could think of saying without, there was no real connection between one point and the next. So it's like, just here's one thing about that hotel. Now here's another thing about the hotel. Here's another thing about the hotel. But you know what you would want to do is I guess, not exactly tell a story, but have it some way connected where the ideas are connected. So like, when did you go there? Who did you go with? Why did you go there? How did you get there? What you thought of the hotel, then the facilities, and kind of like then talk about the general service or something. But for you, the information was very unorganized. It just felt like anything you could think of saying, you said. So that would have to be something that you would work on as well. And a lot of that will be from the note taking. So when you're taking notes, try to keep it in some kind of a more logical organization. But that would be it. I think, like I said, I have no comments on your grammar because I wasn't focusing on that. But your vocab seemed good and accurate, good range and good accuracy. One small pronunciation mistake with the word hotel. You're saying tul instead of tell. So you're saying hotel instead of hotel. And that's what I was saying, because you speak so quickly, that little like pronunciation mistake means I have to go like, what did he mean? Okay, hotel. And once I'm finished figuring out what that word is, you've lost me. So I feel like I'm racing to try keep up with you. So just slow down. That would be the biggest one. Do you have any questions about that, Mohammed, or anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah. Honestly saying, I'm aware of like these two kind of problems. One, the speed that I took, like I took a lot of pace. So the other thing is that like whenever I was talking, I was like a little bit shaky,
Sure.
and sometimes I lost some the idea that I'm talking about, and whenever a new thing comes into my mind, so I just jump onto that thing, and maybe the thing that I have talking about earlier, I just lost that thing.
I
So
got it.
this is the yeah, this is the actual problem that right now I'm facing. So I'm pretty hopeful with a little bit of like putting some extra effort on this thing. Maybe by sure I'll cope up with this thing.
And
This is the main problem that I'm right now I'm facing.
but with the organization, I think what might help you is to just follow the cue card more carefully.
Mhm.
So like talk about where it is first, then talk about why you stayed there. And it's not just going to be the location, but you could talk about what that place looks like. um that go into a bit more detail about the surrounding area, the town or the city, or whatever area it's in. But just go through these maybe more slowly, one at a time, and that will keep your answer more organized as well, rather than just sporadically saying things that you think of saying. That might help you too. Okay, well, lovely to meet you finally,
Thank you
and
so much for having me.
hopefully we'll talk again. Take care of yourself,
Yeah.
Mohammed. See
Yeah.
ya.
Bye.
Okay, so let's have a look at the comments again. Vinci, you need UKV IELTS 5.5. You can make a lot of mistakes and get a 5.5. You can make a lot of mistakes and get a 5.5. So, it depends on your, like, if you can communicate, like the fact that you can write messages to me and I can understand them all, you're talking, you're close enough to that score already. But again, figure out why is it not easy for you. Hi, Mohammed. Good to see you here. Kathiga, sir, I can't to speak pronunciation. So it just depends on what you're trying to. Again, it depends on what errors you have. Like for Mohammed's pronunciation is good, but he's speaking so quickly that it's creating issues. So that's one problem. But you might have a different problem. So you might be speaking at a slower pace, but you cannot pronounce certain sounds, or you might not have good sentence stress. You might not have good connected speech. So again, it completely depends on the specific pronunciation issue that you have, and then you would address that. So what is it about pronunciation that you're getting wrong. Again, you can click on the link to join me here. I'll share that link again. Actually, it's probably lost above in the comments, but you can come in here right now and I'll show you and I'll explain to you what your pronunciation issues are, so at least you'll know what to work on. So I'll just label it again there. Link to join me live. So Kathiga, if you want to click on this link here, you'll find it in the comments. I have another 24 minutes set aside for this, so plenty of time if you want to jump in. Thanks, Mohammed. Welcome back to streaming. I was a bit nervous. It's been a few weeks. I was a bit nervous coming back here. Where's the link to share? I just shared that again there, Mohammed. Hien, hi sir. Today, do you guide practice speaking skills? So what I'm doing is more showing you how an examiner will assess IELTS speaking. So come in here and then, like I was saying, like Mohammed wouldn't be able to get the score that he wanted because he's speaking too quickly, and that. So just basically giving feedback and showing you how the examiner would analyze the speaking. Tips and tricks. Follow Asad Yakub. Tips and tricks. I have no idea who that is. How can I join? So Mirwais, I just shared the link again. So just click on this link here and you can join me. Okay, so I have another link that I want to share for you guys. It's for my live feedback lessons on Zoom. So these are free group classes on Zoom for my email subscribers. I know a lot of familiar faces here, so I know a lot of you have already subscribed, but they are every week and they cover reading, writing, listening, speaking, task 2 writing, task 1 writing for academic and for general training. I do Q&As and stuff. So if you want more support from me, you can click on that link and subscribe, and you'll see the schedule for those free live lessons on Zoom. If you haven't already, I know a lot of you have. I know a lot of familiar faces here, but just for a few new faces that we've seen. Hasib, hi sir. I also want to be part of the test. I mean, the speaking test. So you mean to join me here? Yeah. So go ahead and click the link. Sir, can you tell me about your YouTube channel? I don't know. I make videos about how to improve your IELTS scores. That's basically it. There's I'm not very good at promoting my channel, I guess. Yeah, so I have some pre-recorded and some live lessons on IELTS, all aspects of IELTS. I try to make them as practical as possible. But I think I'm quite serious in my videos. I'm not aiming to entertain. I'm aiming to educate. So they might be a bit dry, I think would be probably something that I could do better on, is make them more entertaining. But my focus is always just information. They're quite dry, but they're definitely useful and they're very detailed. Hi Omar, good to see you here. Hopefully I'll see you in the live feedback lessons this week. Like name, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what that means. Hi Herbert, good to see you back here. Another familiar face. Late feedback, I got my required band score. Excellent, good man. Fantastic. That's great, Omar. Well done. Congratulations. Can't see your and other comments here. I'm not sure what that's about. Let me have a quick look. You're on Facebook. I can see the comments here on my Facebook. No. I'm not sure why that is, Mirwais. I'm not sure what's happening there. Band 6.5, not much, but thanks to you, I make it in a very short time. Good man, and that's the score you need, so happy out. Well done, Omar. Loretto. Hello again. Hi, Loretto. Good to see you here. Okay, so I've only had 2 students in 40 minutes, which is pretty slow. I know there are a lot of you here. Maybe you're a bit shy about coming on, which is fine. You know, if you don't want to come on live, you don't have to. But the purpose of this live stream was to, you know, get as many people on live as I could in the hour. So going quite slowly. If nobody wants to join me, absolutely no problem. And we'll just finish up here for today. But we'll just wait 1 or 2 minutes. If we get someone else, well and good. And if not, we'll just finish up. I am going to post another video later this week, probably Thursday or Friday. And I'll have another live stream next week, this same time, or potentially later. I'm not sure. I'm in a different time zone now, so I'm like 6 hours earlier than I was. So I could potentially do these later if that was an advantage, but I'll decide on that later. But yeah, so if I don't get anyone else up here soon, just to let you know, I'll be back with another live stream focusing on another part of the IELTS test. So I'm going to cycle through it. My plan is to do a live stream every Tuesday and then post another like pre-recorded lesson like once a week. I can't say exactly what day yet, but probably on a Thursday, I'd imagine. And then, of course, I have my live feedback lessons. So once more, if you haven't signed up for those already, you can sign up now and you'll see the schedule. Okay, so it seems like that's it. Seems like no one else is joining me here today, so no problem. It's good to see you all again. Glad to be back online. Finally got my office set up. It took a bit longer to get an internet connection than I expected, but I have it now, so all well and good. Okay, so take care of yourselves, everyone. Best of luck if your test is coming up soon, and enjoy the rest of your week if I don't talk to you in the live feedback lessons. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. See you now.